Hello and welcome back to a new video on my channel. Quite a few weeks ago I bought a new DSLR camera for astrophotography, which is the Canon Eos 600D. And in this video I would like to share my experience with you about using that camera for deep sky astrophotography. So first of all, I want to mention that this video is not sponsored and I'm not being paid for it. So all products shown in this video were purchased by myself. But now I would like to talk about using this camera for astrophotography. So far I have captured a lot of images with that camera. So I've captured a lot of time-lapse videos of the night sky, but I think you're more interested in using that camera for astrophotography. So for capturing images of comets, deep sky objects, nebulae, galaxies, so all of those deep sky objects. And actually I've tried to capture a deep sky object quite a few days ago. So quite a few days ago there was a comet in the night sky, comet C2023A3, and I've captured this object with this camera and this lens. In this video I would like to share my experience, and I would like to talk about how I captured that image and whether I would recommend the camera for deep sky astrophotography. So the image you're currently seeing was captured with the Canon Eos 600D. So for the image you're currently seeing, I haven't used a tracking mount. Therefore it was very, very important to me to keep the exposure time very short in order to not get star trails on my final images. And therefore I've captured single images with an exposure time of 10 seconds, and then I combined them in Deep Sky Stacker in order to capture a great image of this deep sky object. So I've used the maximum aperture of this lens in order to let in as much light as possible, an ISO value of 30,200, and these are the images I've captured of that object, and I've captured as many images as possible. So in the end I was able to capture over 160 images or to combine this image. So this image has a total exposure time of 26 minutes. So in zooming in you can see that there is a lot of noise for sure. That's something that most DSLR cameras have, but there are definitely differences between the different cameras, so those different DSLR cameras. But in general I'm really happy with how the image turned out to be. So as you can see, for sure there is noise, but when comparing the camera with other cameras when it comes to noise, this camera is definitely quite good. So in general you can definitely use that camera for deep sky astrophotography. So right now it's very cloudy as you can see, but I'm definitely planning to use that camera in combination with my bigger telescope in order to capture images of galaxies and nebulae. So this is definitely something I'm planning to do in the next few days. So in the next clear night I'm planning to use that camera for deep sky astrophotography in combination with my bigger telescope and my mount, so the entire deep sky astrophotography setup. So this is definitely something I'm planning to do. So definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss this specific video. But now I would like to talk about why I've decided to buy that camera for astrophotography. So first of all, something I really like about this camera is that this camera does have a flip screen. So you can just move the display like this, and this is something that's very helpful, because when the display is like that, it's very hard and difficult to take a closer look on the images you have captured. But when having a flip screen, you can select the position of that display in order to be able to take a closer look on the images you've captured. So this is something where I've decided to buy that camera because it's very helpful. Furthermore, this camera is not that expensive compared to other cameras, because it's rather old, but still it's very good. But as you can see, it does have less noise compared to other cameras, and in general this is definitely one of the best cameras you can choose if you're looking for an affordable DSLR camera. For sure the Canon EOS 2000D is a great camera as well, and for me personally, so when comparing the images captured with the Canon EOS 2000D and the Canon EOS 600D, the Canon EOS 2000D does have less noise. But you have to keep in mind that the Canon EOS 2000D is more expensive. So when comparing the price and the noise, this is definitely a fantastic camera in order to get into that hobby and in order to get your first steps into astrophotography. So if you plan to get started into astrophotography, this is definitely a fantastic camera to get started with, because it's very affordable and it does have a flip screen at the back of your camera. Furthermore, this camera does have live view mode, which is helpful for focusing on deep sky object, on stars. So that's definitely something that's very important for focusing. And yeah, you do have different modes on that camera, and noise is something you do not need to worry about that much, because it performs quite good. Even in winter when it's cold, it's definitely great. And even when using calibration frames, noise is not that big problem, definitely not. For sure when using those very expensive cameras, you will have less noise in your final results, but on the other side, those dedicated cool astrophotography cameras are very expensive compared to a DSLR camera like this. So if you're looking for an affordable camera, definitely make sure to check out this camera. So in general, I'm really happy with this camera, and I would definitely recommend it. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video is not sponsored, and I'm not being paid for it, and all products shown in this video were purchased by myself. So definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel. So as I mentioned in the beginning, I'm planning to capture an image of a galaxy or nebulae with this camera in the next few days. So I'm currently waiting for clear skies. I'm definitely planning to use this camera in combination with my big setup for deep sky astrophotography. If you have any further questions on using that camera for astrophotography, or in general about using DSLR cameras for astrophotography, definitely make sure to ask me down below in the comments. And if this guide and this video was helpful to you, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Clear skies, Felix.